Hey guys, I hope you're doing great today. This is our second last chapter of our Azure Fundamentals course, AZ-900, and that would be our second last chapter. And just we have only one chapter remaining, and we are going to cover it as soon as possible. So, guys, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about Azure governance and compliance. And two or three services that are relevant to Azure governance and compliance. So, without further ado, let's get started and make sure that you have subscribed DevOps Molvi. I really appreciate your support. So, guys, Azure governance and compliance, what is the purpose of it? What is Azure governance and compliance do for the companies, for large IT companies that are really sensitive about their information, about the data? So, Azure governance and compliance, if we have our infrastructure on Azure, these services help organizations ensure their cloud resources align with industry standards and organizational policies. I will give you a really common example. If you buy cooking oil, okay, or if you buy any grocery item, you can go through the label, you can go through the product information, and you will find about that product has ISO 9000, ISO 10,000 certified, etc. So, a number of standards are written on the box, on the label, on the packet that this product is built according to these standards. This product aligns with these ISO, which is International Standards Organization. And companies explicitly mention that our product is built according to these international standards. So it is needed to gain the customer's trust. Okay. So that's why Azure governance and compliance also help organization so that all of their cloud resources, their infrastructure is built according to the industry standards. Okay. And there are organizational policies we can define and we can use Azure policies. What is an Azure policy? We are going to discuss it later. But first, what is Microsoft Purview? Okay, this service is known as Microsoft Purview, and it is a solution for organizations to govern, to monitor, to protect, and manage their data across various resources. Now, this is an important governance service in Azure, which is used to govern, to babysit, to look after, and also to protect and manage our data across multiple sources. And also, it protects sensitive data across clouds, applications, and devices. Guys, in IT organization, a single data breach can cost companies millions of dollars. So that's why almost every company, every software development company is really concerned about their data. Now, data is money. Data is your business. Okay. So, in this modern IT era, I would say that data is everything. And therefore, companies invest a lot of money to protect, to govern their data. And luckily, if we have our infrastructure, if we have our data and information on Azure, we can use these services to protect and to monitor and to govern our data. So Microsoft Purview is one of the governance and compliance service. Okay, I hope that now you understand it. Identify data risk. Now this is actually the major benefit of Microsoft Purview. It identifies where your data is getting risk, where your data could be leaked. Okay, your information could be leaked to the public, and Microsoft Purview identifies data risks and manage regulatory compliance requirements. And also, guys, we can get started with regulatory compliance about our data, about our information, about our policies using Microsoft Purview. So that was just a brief overview of Microsoft Purview. We must know that it is used to govern and protect and manage our data across multiple sources, and it also protect our sensitive information across multiple clouds, applications, and devices. Now, what is Azure Policy? Azure Policy is an Azure service to create and manage Azure policies. And now it brings us to another question, that what is an Azure policy? So Azure policy is a set of rules. A policy is generally created with a set of rules. And a number of rules, if combined together, will form a policy. And in Azure, if we combine multiple rules, it becomes an Azure policy. And we have on top of that Azure Policy Service, which is used to manage and monitor and create hundreds of Azure policies. A policy is a set of rules about the resources should be like and what actions to take if they are not compliant. Now, for instance, if I am the DevOps lead and I create a policy that each Azure instance should have SSH port as 8899 instead of 22. We are changing our SSH port for all Azure instances. Now, I can define this rule and I can create an Azure policy according to that, so that we can protect our SSH port. So that's how we can create rules, and then we can define a policy that combines all those rules. A policy can be assigned to a resource group, subscription, or management group. Now, if I attach a policy to a management group, it means that resources, resource groups, subscriptions under that management group will inherit that policy by default. So that is also one of the core purposes of policies. We can apply one single policy to a management group, and then all the resources, resource groups, and subscription will inherit the policy, will inherit all the rules that are defined in that specific policy. So that is the one of the shortest way to attach a certain rule, certain number of rules to a policy, and then we can attach that policy to a management group. The policies in Azure are created in JSON. JSON language is used to create Azure policies. Azure policy is a set of rules. Those rules are defined to create a policy. We can then use that policy with resources, subscriptions, and management groups. So guys, now resource logs, and resource log is simple. Just like if we lock our door, I will just share a simple and basic example that if I lock the door of my room, it means that nobody can enter in my room. My room is locked for everyone. So that's why resource logs are used to prevent resources from being accidentally deleted or changed. If I log a resource, it means that now this resource cannot be deleted or terminated or even modified. So that is why it is known as resource logs. Resource can be a virtual machine. Okay. If I log a virtual machine, now none of my team members or colleagues would be able to delete or modify that virtual machine. So that is known as resource logs. Resources are getting logged. Okay. Resource logs can be applied to individual resources. Just like I shared the example of virtual machine, resource groups, we can apply a resource log to a group, and we can also apply or log our subscription. And we can also manage resource log from our Azure portal, PowerShell, or with Azure CLI. So that's how we can manage and create resource logs. All right, guys, now finally we have Service Trust Portal, and we can access the Service Trust Portal from this URL. Now let's see what is it. and I just opened it, and we get everything about certifications, standards, regulations on Service Trust portal. So we can access it from servicetrust.microsoft.com. And now you can see here certifications, regulations, and standards. Now, each certification, ISO International Standard Organization, regulations, systems and organization control, SOC, general data protection regulation, and FedRAMP, PCI compliant, CSA, every standard, regulations, and certifications are mentioned on this service trust portals. Now you can see reports, white papers, and artifacts. So this is actually for general knowledge. So you must check it out. For instance, if I click on PCI compliant, so PCI, the payment card industry. Now it is one of the most frequently used regulations, or I can say a standard which is used by the fintechs, like banking industry. So the payment card industry data security standards is a global information security designed to prevent fraud through increased control of credit card data. And also, guys, you can see here organizations of all sizes must follow PCI DSS standards if they accept payment cards from 5 major card brands like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and Japan Credit Bureau. So, guys, if you're using Visa or MasterCard, it means that your bank or your fintech is actually following the PCI DSS standards. So, that's how we can go through these standards from servicetrust.microsoft.com, and more details about all the standards, about regulations are mentioned on this trust portal. So that's it for today's lecture, guys. We have covered Azure governance and compliance. We must have a general knowledge and overview of Azure governance and compliance. I will see you in our next last lecture of Azure AZ-900 Fundamentals course. Make sure that you subscribe, and I wish you best of luck for your AZ-900 Fundamentals exam. I hope that my course will definitely help you out. I will see you in the next lecture, which would be our last lecture of AZ-900 Fundamentals. Have a good one. Bye.